Well, I was walking down the street, feeling kind of neat, when the wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. Oh, it was a sight to see, my hair flying in the breeze, 'cause the wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. People started laughing, they couldn't believe their eyes as my wig flew through the sky. Oh, what a surprise. I tried to catch it, but it slipped right through my hands, 'cause the wind came out your butt and now it's somewhere in the land. Oh, wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. Baby, you drive like shit. Did you see that car that you almost hit? I'd rather take the bus instead. Riding with you, I'm gonna end up dead. Don't ask me if I need a lift. Baby, you drive like shit. She just ran through, always stop. I ain't trying to get stopped by the cops. Baby, why the hell did I let you drive? It's a miracle that you're still alive. Don't ask me if I need a lift. Baby, you drive like shit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look out, my girl is driving. Watch out, my girl drives like shit. Whoa, whoa, whoa. My girl is driving. Watch out, my girl drives like shit. Heard you think your tongue. Gotta let you know I will fuck you up. I whoop that ass, talking all that shit, spank that ass till you tap like a bitch. Though I ain't playing, I'm here to kick ass. Whoop that ass, it's time to punch face. I'm the one who brings you pain in the ring. I whoop that ass until the bell rings. Already know that I do not play. Throw a punch like I'm cutting down hay. I whoop that ass every single night. Spank that ass till they stop the fight. I'll tell you the story of a man, a radioactive tip in his hand. His hand grew 10 times its normal size to help him get his money on time. He knew if a bitch was telling a lie, which was 100% of the time. Superpowers to make a bitch listen, then get her naked with sex-ray vision. Beat a police station in a single bound, slapping bitches down to the fucking ground. His name was famous across the land. They called him the pimp named Superhand. Oh shit, yeah, the pimp named Superhand. He had powers no other pimp had. Oh fuck yeah, pimp named Superhand. That motherfucker was super bad. Asking for dinner ain't asking for much. You had one job and still fucked it up. Sometimes you gotta learn respect. I use my pimp hand to correct. It's called a bitch slap, slap. come get your face clapped. Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate? You should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you?
And he wants Maddie, well, I'm sorry, not Maddie. He takes Maddie to talk about the whole Emmy situation for her to calm down. Because even though Emmy and her are friends, Emmy, I'm telling you, has a bigger part in this whole thing she's saying. So I think that's what's going to end up being the problem. Hey, you're sitting still. I love it. Perfect view. She can't hear me, can you? Can you hear me?
It's good. Yeah.
All right, good. You look good. Perfect. What's good? I don't know. Just another day. Trying to deal. But yeah, this episode, I don't know, it was pretty good. The main part that I love is the Emmy and Will of it all taking a whole second. They're like making sides, they're picking sides, like they're on one side. And it's like, why are you so focused on fighting with these people? You're now engaged with Will. You said fuck all of us. I'm engaged. Really, that's all you care about. It's either insert person, insert lawyer. That's who she marries, kind of like the, Corey Richens thing. She only married Eric for stability, not because she loved him. And I don't know how long that will last, because apparently he's cheated on her 4 or 5 times. And the fact that everybody wants to keep bringing it up and she's just like, fuck you, we're engaged. Fuck you, we're engaged. Well, oh, well, that's just a ring. That doesn't mean things are changing. Nothing's going to change. I mean, and you say, oh, everything's perfect. If everything's perfect, why are we focused on your relationship then? Do you think I think it's very superficial. Absolutely. And I don't understand it. Like, maybe they do truly think they love each other. I don't know. But maybe it's going to be another Katie and Schwartz where it's like, oh, how cute. Yes, they're like the high school sweethearts. They should get married. And then you figure like 10 years later, it's like, no. Like, there's a reason he cheated. Just like Schwartz cheated all those times. Not happy. Just, damn, the thunder's loud. Damn. You guys probably can't hear it. It's not that. But I feel like, I mean, she looks so good. The thing is, Emmy looks amazing. I don't know if she has work done. Amazing. Like, I didn't even recognize her. And I think Maddie looks great. Of course, they had all their glow ups. And you could tell also sidetrack to the reunion of Vanderpump. They did their glow ups before the reunion. Because I'm like, oh, now they look Vanderpump. Which, I don't know. But, and for Maddie and Joe, I love them as a couple. Nobody else does. Yes. That's what it seems like. That's what it's given. It's given Sally. And Sally, oh my God, girl, like the interviewer tried to kind of say it to her, but she didn't get it. Like, I don't know. She's like, I wasn't being serious with both of them. The fuck you weren't, bitch. The fuck you weren't. You had a puss on your face, driving to goddamn vacation because Sally was you weren't gonna have a dude there because Craig was available over Charlie. And then you find out that Austin's there single, and you're like, hey, let's go. Wait, was I just crying? Who? It's like, dude, it wasn't even a second. She's like, Austin. And then he's like, down, girl, down. Like that. He literally basically told her, get the fuck away. And that's why Craig called her a fucking loser 100 times.
Krista, can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, my bad. I had a extra window open, so I was getting some kind of backlash or what, when I have to go ahead and clear that up. But okay, I just want to make sure I'm good on my end.
Did you shut it?
Yeah, I closed it out.
Okay, cool.
Yes. But I just want to say I appreciate you. Much love for networking with me. Much love to Aaron for, connecting us together. Thank you so much. I definitely appreciate you. Salute. Also to Miss Mimir, I appreciate your support and your help as well. So I am School for Justice. You all know me, Kenique Jackson. And, please like and subscribe. And I thank you for helping me grow my channel. It's definitely growing. While I cover and conquer police brutality. So just want to give,
Introduction.
acknowledgement. Yeah. And kudos to everyone and their support.
Yeah, you do such a good job. I like the way that you lay everything out. You don't interrupt every 5 seconds. Like you interrupt, and you interrupt at the good, not interrupt. You insert your opinions at like a really good time, because it's like right when we're like Jesus, it's like everybody's starting to like, and you're like, and then you're like, oh my God, because we need to talk about this real quick, about what's going on. I think it's too, like, also with me, it's our rights are being violated left and right all the time. It's like, what in the world was that written for? And that's the only thing that I abide by. Like, I the rules of the universe is my laws, the laws of the universe. But when it comes to civil rights, like, they're violated all the time, and we can't just be like, oh, well, he's guilty, so let them violate his rights. No, because what if he's like, you know what I mean?
That's
or,
right.
Cops should not be pulling people out of cars and beating the crap out of them just for asking, why are you pulling me over? Why are you asking me to get out? Well, of course I'm going to be scared. Look what happens.
Yeah,
they should have the right to feel safe. When there's somebody being pulled over, especially when it's a black man and a white cop. It's like, what do you think's going to happen? Like, I'd be scared to death too. So
yeah, and a lot of stuff need to be exposed, because there's a lot of things that take place that's just swept under the rug.
Yep.
And so people don't know much about it, it's not always placed on the forefront. So that's why I try to cover those shows and different things, so it can be addressed and brought to people's attention, so we can do something about it. Because if you don't realize or acknowledge what's going on, then we can't get to the root of the problem in order to solve it. So that's hopefully my purpose that I can, succeed at.
That also too, like, with the let's say, like, First Amendment, right? So Brian Koberger, with genetic genealogy, it's a new kind of DNA where it's touch DNA. And basically right now there's my touch DNA. Somebody gets murdered, my computer's there. Oh, Christo's got the her. That's what they do. So say they get it, they see, oh, we have somebody's touch DNA, but we don't know whose it is. They're not allowed to search Ancestry. They're not, but what they legally did that, which is also is violating his rights by doing that, to find his family member. And then they broke into like his gated community and went into his trash, which is another violation. The PCA was completely a lie, the probable cause affidavit. So there's a lot of things, and that's just one. That's like a huge case, but there's the little cases like it's. We can't let it get normalized. The brutality and just the way that people.
Exactly. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, thank God for social media, because I think now I look back at them like, wow. In 2 years, I've just talked about 3 cases that were completely corrupt. The completely wrong person, like Delphi, Richard Allen, the guy on the trucks. In that case, the poor man's eating his own feces. That's how not guilty. He's not guilty. He's about to get a new trial. Karen Reed was John was not hit by a car. That was proven. And they're still going after her to this day. She's civilly suing Boston.
I'm sorry, I was laughing at something Mimir said. Go ahead, baby.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. Now I want to see what you said. But, and then with Brian, and, if you want to say Brian did it, fine, prove it. They say he was there. Well, one motherfucker didn't do it. Not 3 floors, 4 bodies, and 7 minutes, and 121. I doubt it. Okay. Ethan would have kicked his goddamn ass.
And it's serious, man, because people are losing their lives. I mean, people getting, deleted and shit left and right. You know what I'm saying? And then you got ICE out here on the rise, and it's just crazy. So, yeah, it's something that we, and there's power in unity. So until we can stick together to make things happen, nothing would change if nothing changes, So, yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, and people are like, oh, yeah, true crime, who cares? I'm like, oh, you guys are toxic. And how are we toxic? We're literally taking our own time to talk about things that don't have anything to do with us, because we want to, not us per se. It's not our crime that was committed against us, but we're taking our time to expose things, and we're supposedly toxic because we want the truth and we want things to be, because again, before
Well,
social media, who knows what happened? Who knows how many cases and things before body cams, how many things happened that we were
and
unaware of.
I feel you, and the answer to that is who cares? They don't care until it hits their front door, until it happens to them, till it steps on their toes, till it comes close to home. Then all of a sudden it's a problem. No, it's a problem nationwide because it can happen to anybody. There's no stereotype, no discrimination.
No.
It's to all. Hate doesn't have a certain class or category to it.
Nope.
It
doesn't that's what I say. Like with addiction, it doesn't discriminate, and sobriety is free, and it'll hit anybody, and it doesn't matter. And it's in Idaho. Poor Brian, he's this little guy who's like a crime criminologist major, but there's 8 people. There were 4 people were murdered at once, but then there's 8 others that were murdered on campus. And they're, but yeah, it's crazy. And you want to send your kids to college? Watch this case, and you'll never do it. You'll never send your kid to college. I had no idea how bad that frat night, the frats are, as far as as a club forever, and they are loyal to themselves, to each other. Apparently, allegedly, say the frats did it. Why would they protect them? So they would be that protected, they're that important that they would be protected like that, because 5 agencies can't sit there and 5 agencies: Homeland Security, FBI, Pullman Police, Moscow Police, and Idaho State University Police, all investigate this crime. None of them came to Brian Kroeber. That was a tip. Then when they got the tip, they arrested him with his stupid DNA, which again is a whole fucked up thing. And then there's 4 other blood samples of other people that they didn't fucking get. So how are you?
Wow.
First of all, you have a legal obligation in Idaho to arrest all parties involved. You have the DNA. Test it.
Right.
Why the fuck aren't you testing it? Who are you protecting? It's crazy. It's crazy.
Themselves. That they're trying to cover their own ass.
Well, my theory is 2 of them were in on it, because apparently Dylan heard one of the murderous man in her house that she wasn't afraid of, that made her not scared, say, "Oh no, I'm here to help you," to some crying friend in the bathroom, crying, and then, "I'm here to help you." Only a cop would fuck with you and say that shit and then kill you. Here comes the cop. Yeah, I'm saved. No, I'm here to help you. And it's no, I'm not.
So, and it's crazy because it's like this, Krista, Krista Marie. We learn that everything that we learned in school, we have to unlearn that, because we were taught as children, cops are the good guys. They're here to help, to keep us safe, and you can trust them, and all these different, fibs. And then you grow up to find out it's a lie. It's a damn lie. And we have to unlearn that and learn reality, reality, the truth that they're your enemy, and they have to lock up everybody, just to get a damn quote.
They only wanted this one person arrested because they were going back. It was Christmas break, and they wanted to make sure they had the murderer before Christmas break was over, in my opinion. They also swatted and unalived a man who was a suspect. The other man was apparently in a car accident, but his legs were broken, and he ended up dying. They think he did it, along with the other person, Brent Kopacka, that they swatted him and unalived him. Tried to say he was threatening people on body cam. This poor man, he was paranoid because he thought he was going to get blamed for the crime. So they know we also need a crisis response team for people that are going through some kind of, if it's addiction or whatever, a crisis. There's a man right now, and he was in Boston. His name's Gigliotti, and his last name's Gigliotti. He was murdered by 5 or 6 policemen. He was running up streets on crack because he was having a mental breakdown, and obviously scared. And they're chasing him. No crisis response team shows up, which, in my opinion, that's when one should be, with the cops, because they obviously don't know how to handle a mental something that has mental illness and on drugs at the same time, because they choked them to death. Okay.
Oh, wow.
And then another Kelsey Fitzsimmons County in fucking Boston, in Massachusetts. She was shot. Okay. She was going through postpartum. She's a police officer. Her firefighter husband decided one day that she was going to harm the baby, and behind her back called somebody They show up at her house to take her child, right, from her out of her arms, and she's like, please don't do this. She goes upstairs to get the baby's clothes, gets a firearm to shoot herself, and instead of another cop walks up, and as she says that she was going to put the gun to her head, he said she pointed it at him. He shoots her in the chest, this poor woman, right? And she's in the hospital 56 days. Then put her in jail. She gets arrested for attempted murder.
Wow. Well, I'm sorry. Did she have some kind of signs of mental illness or something?
Oh, yes, she had postpartum. The baby, she was breastfeeding, and I don't know what woman in her fiance's fucking life thought that this was a good idea to take a baby from a mother who's 3 weeks old. 3 weeks old, rip the baby from her arms. Wow. She was going through like something postpartum, like but she wasn't saying anything like, I'm going to kill the baby. And I'm like, wow. So she just got out of jail. I think a little bit before Valentine's Day or something. She's been there for like a couple months. Okay. First of all, who sent a bunch of police officers? Where's Dyfus? Dyfus didn't come to hand over a baby. It was a court order, but there was no Dyfus there. There was nobody there to say, like, she has not had contact with her child in like 6 months. And imagine having your baby grow inside of you, and no matter what, you're going to be attached. And who's breastfeeding the baby? Who's crying when the baby wants the mother? Because for the first year the baby's attached to the mom. There's time for dad too. But like, I think it's horrible. I every time I see her, I cry because she's fighting.
It was a traumatizing experience, just emotional.
She got shot. Okay. Yeah. And she's the one on trial.
Wow. It's crazy.
His one against hers. It is crazy. And all of a sudden, and guess what? Those body cams aren't on that day. Really?
Does sound like a setup.
It's crazy. I'm telling you, it's scary. Everywhere, every time you turn around, it's like.
That's why we don't need qualified immunity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The shit that Trump and stuff, it's with qualified immunity. It's like you said, it's dangerous, and you could just add on to the extra list of lives that going to be taken. You go all the way back to what's his name, George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, and all these high profile, Tanya Macy, and all these high profile cases. It's going to be more added to the story though. Renee Good, that just happened to her, and Alexandra, the nurse.
Is Renee the one from the
with the ice in Minnesota?
Oh my God, yes, in the car.
Yeah. And then there was a nurse, remember, like 2 or 3 weeks behind her, a guy, he was a nurse, Alexandra, I forget his last name, by ICE. So it's going to be added on with this shit. He's trying to change, like you say, our whole constitutional amendment and the laws and stuff, and not protect the citizens. The people comes first. Our voice comes first.
And you know what I mean? It's like, they're trying to make us fight each other. Guess what? We're not going to fight each other. We're going to fight them. We're not going to go to civil. I refuse. Right. There's way more of us than there is of them. I'm not saying the Capitol, but I'm not saying I'm not saying any of that. No storming the Capitol building, but we're not going to fight each other because, in my opinion, these issues were solved decades ago, and motherfuckers have just been perpetuating race and all this for years, and just like telling you hate this one, you have to hate this one. You were taught that. I wasn't born like that. I definitely was not born that way. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It was learned, and not learned. Like it was all, and I'm telling you,
all facts. You said the key word is alert behavior.
It's learned behavior, and it doesn't make sense. It's just somebody told us that this person's yellow, so we're not supposed to like them. And what? Listen, my neighbor, we're all different. Everybody lives a different lifestyle. Everybody looks different, and we're all here living fine. And everybody's different. You know what I mean? Like, in my opinion. So I don't see a reason why other countries need to be against other countries. Like this whole let's go to war again because we're a bunch of liars, villains. We're villains. We've always been villains. We've never started a war for a good reason. It's for washing money for the elite because we're money launderers. Because of course we're money launderers. We lend them money, and and none of these wars were for us. They want to kill our soldiers. They're killing our people. You know how many soldiers a week Ukraine has lost? Young men.
Can only imagine.
Thousands. How the fuck can you sit there and be like they all? And it doesn't make sense. I think we need to get out of the era of that because Trump says no more wars. I believe he has a lot to do with the peace in the Middle East. However, I don't know why he's letting I don't know why he's letting Netanyahu run our fucking country. I'm just like I can't watch anymore because if I don't focus on it, then if I focus on it, bothers me. I like definitely sorry, I didn't mean to sidetrack us all on that. Just it's just crazy. I don't understand why we're even entertaining that guy, you know.
I know
Charlie,
I ain't studying his ass.
right? And
You know what
Charlie,
I'm saying? Whoever
Charlie,
voted for him, that's what you're gonna get what you got. Exactly what you asked for. That's how I look at it, you know. And then let's just keep it real and keep it a buck, Crystal. This is
yeah,
all because of jealousy and intimidation of a woman. That's the only reason Kamala did not make it. And of course, it was some schemes and scams, you know, with Elon making the app and all that old shit. But that's all it was basically dependent on, because they intimidated by a woman being intelligent and capable and qualified for the job. This lady in particular, Kamala, was overqualified for the job. You know
and
what I'm saying?
they waited too long to do that because nobody had time to sit there and think about what was happening. They waited so long to last minute, so we were all like, "Oh, what?" You know, now we have to, you know,
Yeah.
they didn't give her
Yeah.
time.
So
She didn't have the
and now
time.
they got to suffer the consequences. So that's on them.
I
You know, that's
hope,
how I feel about it.
I mean, I hope that he is choosing the light subconsciously and like, you know, I know there's supposed to be chaos before order. I get that. I don't mind living in duality. I would just like compromise, you know.
Right.
Planet Earth is very hard to live on.
Yes,
It is.
ma'am.
The duality of it is horrible. Like all day, not that I'm crying over no reason. It's just like I don't want to cry. I don't want to be upset. I don't want to feel like the way I feel. I don't want certain things, you know. But it's like out of my hands, and I feel like I don't know.
Yeah, I feel you.
And then my mom's surgery Friday. I think I'm like losing my mind right now because I
Okay.
didn't realize how close it was, and it's like, is that my husband? Babe, are you in here? Can't see shit. Hold on. I'm so goddamn blind. I can't hurt my husband. Oh, so blind the cat. Yeah, her surgery is like 12 hours long, and I didn't realize like how close it was. And she looks
Yeah.
amazing. Like she looks so good.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
So I hope that like I don't know, man. I'm telling you right now, like I am so afraid. Like I'm just about like I'm like, losing my mind. Like I'm so afraid that she's not gonna come out. And I just like
Well, we'll
I've
keep
never
you
been this
lifted up
scared.
in prayer. We really will. We keep you on that prayer list, and you know, you need to talk to us. Feel free anytime. You're more than welcome to reach out.
Here today. I didn't want to come on here today and but I didn't want to not be on here. I'm
Yeah.
like totally losing my mind. Like I'm
Okay.
trying not to, but I just
Yeah.
and she's so strong that I don't want to cry in front of my mother. Like I don't want to cry to her. Like you know, I have my mom back finally.
Yeah.
And, like I don't even care about the divorce of whatever she's doing. I just want her to be happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if this
Well, I'm sure it's a rough thing to go through. I can only imagine.
and they're like it's like I said, 12-hour surgery, but she's getting her whole jaw removed and then and then they're just rebuilding it, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But you know, she keeps going through this. Like every 3 years, it's like, what is this poor woman like? How much more can she go through? You know, she left my dad finally, and I was like, now she, you know, I was a little upset because of the whole friend that she was having. She has a friend, you know, but to see my mom happy and not realizing that with that, I guess I thought she was happy before, but now seeing her now, she's like really happy. Like it looks or fulfilled, I guess. And it's not like she's with anybody. I mean, I don't think she's with him, the guy she could be. I don't know, but she's just being like, I don't know. Me and her, and my sister were talking, and my sister gets upset because she lives with my dad, and she's, you know, sees him suffering over this, but then he treats her pretty bad. He treats my sister horribly. And it's like my mom's like, you know what I mean? But like my mom never ever said a word. My mom never opened her mouth, not even a mumble. She was always happy and we like nothing. I thought she didn't have any emotion because she grew up in an Italian family where we didn't tell our feelings, you didn't talk about your feelings, and you did everything. You never broke a sin. You never, you know, committed a sin. You never broke a rule. You know, she meets my biological dad, and that was her key out of the house. But obviously, he was, you know, an outlaw biker person. So he wasn't going to be, you know, she had 2 kids with him. Apparently, I hope. I hope. and then met my stepdad. But there was a guy in between I call it my two
Mhm.
dads, and that's the person that my mom is friends with. And so to me, I'm like, Mom, we said, were you always in love with Keith or something? Like, what is happening? And she says no, because I knew she loved my stepdad. I could see it. For 30 years, 40 years, we saw it. And then
Right.
my sister said to me when she left, she's like, she really hates him, doesn't she? I said, I told you she hated him. I said, Shannon, the resentment that we didn't know was building
Okay.
over like a situation with me. And then like, um, I don't know, with her last cancer bout, which was down the shore, I thought that he was there. I thought he was there for her. I was down there cleaning the other houses for them because they
Mhm.
could, that year they couldn't get the shore houses ready because she was sick. He was sick. And what I saw was when she was that he was taking care of her, but she said no, no. And I'm like, well, did you tell him? And she said no. I'm like, well, you have to open your mouth, Mom. But to me, it seemed
Right.
that this wasn't. She said she didn't want to be with him anymore. She said didn't. I think it wouldn't matter because she didn't want whether he changed or not. She fell out of love with him somehow, and I don't know. Like
Yeah.
my heart's like beating right now. I'm sorry if I'm talking about stuff. I'm like,
It's okay. I'm here for you. That's what
hey,
friends are for.
what's up with you? Anything? How's your job? How's your job?
Pretty good, hanging in there. I sold a couple cars
You
today, so
did,
thumbs up
girl.
for that.
Dude, that's pretty good for you just
Yeah, regrouping. Right,
girl, you
right.
got commission coming in now.
Yep. So that's a plus, and
I'm very
it's tax
excited.
season, so it's the highlight.
Yes.
This is a high peak and highlight when it comes to the car business. So it's
Do you
tax
guys
season.
do you
Mhm.
do you transport them like over like between states?
Pretty much from other dealerships because we
Yeah.
have, other companies in different like counties and things of that nature. But we can, from other states as well. Yeah, if
It's
it's
gonna be
nation.
cheap, but I need a vehicle. Like I just need a cheap vehicle because
Oh yeah.
something like that I don't have to have payments on or something.
Okay.
So if I buy a car, I'll check you guys out, see if you know, or you can
What you
maybe
trying
hook
to
me
do?
up.
Like a cash deal? You want to do something
Yeah,
outright?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Between 8 and
I
10
can
or
hook you up.
less.
We'll talk. I've been trying to call you.
I know. I told
But
you.
I figured you've been
My
having a lot going
phone
on,
is
so I understand.
yeah.
But we'll get together.
Yeah, last
We'll
night I was like a little bit of a mess. I don't know if anybody was watching my stream last night. I was like really, really, really high. And obviously,
it's so great.
like if I shut off, I said, Shannon,
No.
I said, I
Yeah,
have to stream my
yeah,
sister.
yeah.
I muted it and turned it down. I was like, I gotta get off the stream, Shannon. She's like, what the fucking get off it? I'm like, I'm so sorry. It was
You are
really late. It was late. And I was like, was I making sense? She's like, yes. I'm like,
Yeah.
at one point I forgot what I was saying.
Right.
She likes
It's
to
all
smoke
good.
blunt after blunt, and I don't smoke really flower. But what I do, I was like nodding out. My mom's looking at me. I said, Mom, I'm sorry, it's just pot.
Right. Keep it real. It's
Yeah.
all good. Yeah.
She
And your hair is beautiful. It looks so healthy and full of
today it
life.
does. You think today? I
It
feel
just looks naturally beautiful every day. And
see,
since I met you.
all this frizz. Couldn't get rid of it today.
Yeah, it's so pretty.
My
It's healthy
fucking
and
nose.
balanced.
If you can see my nose, I had to break up the cat fight outside, and he didn't mean to. He didn't mean to. Like I picked him up like that. But he didn't mean it. So of course, trying to put makeup over it, I'm like, and I got new glasses. And I think they're too big. What do you think?
No, they look nice. They fit.
I have 2 other pair. I'll show you when we're not on the stream with the rest. You got to tell me which ones look better.
Okay.
They were cheap.
Yeah.
They were for $60. So
Okay. Yep. Sure thing.
yeah. What else is going on? So you sold a couple cars. That's awesome. I'm very excited for you.
I've just been growing my channel is the main thing. I've been working. That's why when you first said come on up, that's why I was like, give me a minute because I was headed on them from work then. And just growing my channel, some subscribers and algorithm and things are picking up. And so that's pretty much
what are you at now?
On the subs. I think it's fluctuating between 137 and 150. It's kind of like fluctuating. Last time I saw it was about 150.
Cool.
Well,
we'll get there. I
Yeah.
think.
So, but just
yeah,
growing my channel, you know,
I
that's pretty
know.
much what
Are
I'm
you doing any
focusing on.
lives tonight?
In what now?
Are you gonna do any lives tonight?
Probably not tonight, but tomorrow. I got a certain content set up that I'm working on, so probably tomorrow. Yeah, for sure. I did one last night. Went live last night. Yeah.
I'll check it out. Yeah. Now, do
Mhm.
you just find them like? Do you just find them on like? You just find these body cam videos, or like, are you know where to go to look for these certain ones?
Yeah, I have certain arrows and stuff that I work with, and then I dig and do my
Yeah,
do
there's so
work that content creators do to dig and search
yeah, there's so
for a
many.
certain to fit the topic and the criteria. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. But we'll talk offline. I ain't gonna put too much out there. You know what I'm saying? That's me and you.
I'm
I let you
telling
know.
If I'm
Yeah.
like, if I don't watch spiritual stuff, I'm watching. I think it's called. There's so many Stranger Stories. There's the one UFC Body Cam. There's so many freaking channels, and that's why. Another thing too, I'm watching like body cams, and I'm watching them show up the crime scenes, and I'm watching how they treat crime scenes, and then you watch the Idaho 4, and you have the
Okay.
body cams and first responders. It looks like they're it's a training video or something.
Uh-huh.
You have people that are you have a slain 4 inside, right? The 2 roommates, nobody's crying. You have the brother and the sister, the twins of the one that died. So they're triplets. They show up on the scene. Not a sigh, not a nothing, not a
Mhm.
scream. Your slaughtered brother inside with his girlfriend. They're dead, and they're like, oh, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Right.
And then Dylan is like, yeah, we saw the man and Kaylee was running down the steps and the guy's like, well, that's when you called 911. No, I locked my door and went to sleep. What did you call that? When did that happen? 9 hours ago. Oh, okay. Nobody asked. No follow-up questions on why the fuck. No follow-up questions. They were in state of fear. But that's what was made up by the state. When now they come to find out, when we watch the interview, the bitch did not even fucking perceive any danger. She perceives no danger with a masked man with a maybe maybe vacuum, maybe fire hose, could be a fireman, not sure. Leave her house. Don't question him. Don't ask her. She's got to hear all the murders because I can hear everything. Okay. I locked my door 4 times and I peeked out. And then what? Call 911? No. I peeked out again. Did you call 911? No. Then you run to Bethany's room, past the Xana who's naked, passed out on the floor. Didn't see any blood. But first of all, we learned stranger danger in kindergarten. Okay.
Right.
Number 2, when you see a friend passed out in college, we learned in high school that you check on that friend. Okay. She didn't do that. She ran downstairs and she started calling her roommates, which she know were dead, because one, there was a cleanup. So either she ran through the people cleaning up and they just didn't say anything to her, or they're the ones that cleaned up. Because Brian Kroger could not have done all of that in 7 minutes. Okay. Not a fucking chance. We have every fucking camera. And for some fucking reason, the whole world wants to say, oh yeah, because he pleaded guilty. No shit, he pleaded guilty. They were trying to murder him for something he didn't do. So he took death penalty. He pleaded because he's death penalty, but now he's appealing it, obviously. But like, of course, he needs to get that fucking case because everything that was wrong was presented as a motion before court started, and every single fucking one there was an excuse or a reason. And so she had it's not his car, it's your car. There's no DNA. Okay, there's no DNA. There's 3 other people's DNA. All these motions that this woman who was going to basically set him free, I guess. Still, they chose to plead guilty because I guess they thought if the whole town is Ozarks and everybody's in bed with each other, he's never going to win. They're going to put him to death instantly.
I mean, there's too many red flags to me. You know what I mean? Just too many puzzles of the pieces missing.
Yes, 2 surviving roommates that barely they received no danger. Their house was like a matchbox house, the way. Okay. It was a big house, but you could hear everything because when we watch their old videos, you hear them clunking down the steps. You hear Xana in her room, like you hear things. And then you say you're calling them to check on them, but nobody answers. So what the fuck are you doing? then doesn't that make you go check on them? Because if you're calling and they don't answer, ding, 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 something's happening.
Yeah.
Dylan, you liar. And then we just went to sleep. No, you
And
didn't.
now you're on blast. That's what's going on. You're on blast.
Yes, and we have everything you did on your phone from the time that happened because you were on your phone. You were not asleep. They're both on their phones. What we don't have is the Apple fucking data to see because the steps, they don't know how many steps they took or whatever. They were supposedly sleeping in Bethany's room, but Bethany and her were on their phones the whole time. And staying in a house where there's 4 of their fucking roommates slaughtered, unrecognizable. Okay,
crazy.
Everything you ever were told about Idaho, throw it the fuck out because it's all lies.
Yeah.
And Bill Thompson, the prosecutor, says it. He says, "Oh, that was you guys perpetuating those rumors. We never said he was stalking them. We never said his DNA was here. We never said we placed him at this scene. We think he picked the house randomly and tried to burglarize it and then decided to kill 4 people. He just picked with all the horror cars and all the house. So the house is all lit up, right? With all the lights, all the people and all the cars. This little motherfucker picks his house. Ethan's 6'5", 280. Brian is 6 foot. No fucking way this man went in there and did that. Nobody tried to stop him or ran for help because you got 3 floors. The 3rd floor people hear what's going on. You think they're going to run and call for help? I mean, I would. If you came down, you're going to get murdered too, maybe. Or you could attack the guy because there's 4 of you. 2 of them decide to save themselves. So Bethany and Killen, we call them because her name is Bethany, so we call her Bethany.
Okay.
Dylan, we call her Dylan. Because hello, you're first of all, okay. You said you saw a man and you saw him twice. He looked at you. He had a weapon. You heard Kaylee scream for help, and somebody's in the house running for her life, and all this doesn't click in your brain.
Yeah, something in the milk ain't clean.
So, yeah, you're admitting to this stuff. Either you're admitting to it as like sociopathic if you're making it up. And then what you're admitting to, if you weren't flight or fight, then you're still a sociopath because why did you just go to bed? Because that doesn't
exactly.
Like if you saw and heard a murderous man in your house, wouldn't you be able to go to sleep? Or wouldn't you call for help if there was blood everywhere and your friends were like screaming for help?
I mean, it doesn't even make common sense.
It makes me fucking angry at her and Dylan, her and Bethany. The fact that we got like for 3 years, don't call them suspects, they're victims, you're victimizing them. I don't care. All we knew at that point is a 911 call delay. Okay. If Brian didn't show me the fuck how then. Because if you could arrest my son, if it was say to my son, same age as Brian, right?
Yeah.
Right? Like,
all right, yeah.
You could arrest anybody. Okay.
Right. We're gonna have to hook up. We're gonna have to hook up and do get the crimes going, crime stories, crime scene, and I'll jump on the live with you and everything. We'll maybe pick a night or something out the week when it's convenient for you or however you want to do it. That's what. Oh, and I meant to tell you, I was looking for you last week when you said you was going on your buddy's panel.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, I was trying to find. I couldn't remember the name of his channel, and I was trying to find it. I remember when you inboxed me, you dropped me a link, I believe.
Yeah.
And I was trying to find y'all, so I hate I missed it.
I wonder why. Hold on, let me find it.
I probably had the wrong channel.
I
really couldn't find the channel. Really.
Yeah, as soon as I got off that, I do remember that night. What time is it now? Oh, yeah. Right now he's live with DA Devil's Advocate. He wrote a letter to Moscow, Idaho, about this whole thing because some lawyers are getting involved too. Because bottom line, whether Brian did it or not, all the other lies, there's other people involved. Definitely other people involved. There's no way, listen, it has to be a group of people because they have to trust each other enough to commit murders with each other, and nobody's going to rat. So who's going to do something like that, right? Either a police force or
some kind of inside connect going on. That's what it sounds like to me.
Pretend you're watching Ozarks, right? That show Ozarks, which is amazing. We're in like season 4 because that's what it reminds me of. They're all like the cartels involved, the Aryan Knights are involved, and they're protecting their stash. I think something happened with that, and in my opinion, nobody knows exactly what happened, but it definitely wasn't what they said. The narrative of this one-man perp story, this lone gunman theory, doesn't fly anymore. It didn't fly for JFK. The lone gunman didn't fly for Butler, PA. It didn't fly for Charlie Kirk. And it ain't going to fly here either. Okay,
Well,
there's
I love the mystery. I love the suspense. You know, we love the puzzle. But one thing for certain and two for sure, what's in the dark will come to the light. So
that's
we'll get there. You know, just we trust the process.
we're the most benevolent timeline available. That's the process we're trusting.
Yeah,
Not the one in white, the whites, not the one in the white shirts. We're trusting the universal source.
that's
That
right.
Christ is king. We trust him. And
All
I
right.
believe that Gandhi and Jesus and Buddha, they're all up there sitting and having dinner, looking down on us, going, look at our kids. Look how
Hmm.
good, because we're all, I mean, hopefully we're going to all get along. I just feel like this chaos before order, maybe it needs to stop. Like chaos has to start to turn to order because I know we're on the most benevolent timeline available for sure.
Yeah, and hopefully these wars and shit that's going on right now, you know, hopefully they get better, you know, then we can come to some kind of, you know, don't put our country in danger. Because my thing is, we're the most powerfulest, wealthiest nation in the country. You don't want that to change because if we fall, they all fall. You know,
We have
so
no business, I swear. Like the last time they pointed nukes at Iran before this, like that's where all the drones and all the orbs came out. Okay, so I'm kind
okay.
of confused on why they're not coming out now because
Mhm.
they will not let us have any kind of nuclear war. I don't know what's going on. I didn't really look there. I know that we're fighting over there. But apparently I don't know. Maybe I should look into it a little bit because I remember when all the orbs, it was like almost a year ago, and they were literally covering, like there you could see orbs were covering one of the bases over like one of the naval bases, and people
Okay.
were just like nobody in the sky. Like they knew that it was consciousness. They don't tell us that. The government knows all this stuff. They know exactly what
Exactly.
they were drones. Yes, some were drones. Most of them were orbs, but they also shapeshift. So
Yeah. You're
scary.
right. The government know exactly what they know what's going on. They reveal what they want to reveal to society. It's just a power trip, you know, so they can
Yeah.
stay in a form of control.
What they
Yeah.
don't, they fail to forget or remember is the reason they're here is because we have been awake. Like we're in the part where most of us are awake now. Like we've hit the part where basically more of us are awake than not. So did you see anybody freak out or scream and oh my god, aliens, I want to kill me? Like nobody lost their minds. The streets weren't, nobody quit their jobs. Everybody was fine with it, and that was a good thing because according to
Mhm.
my guides and guardians, that was when they saw how we were so welcoming and excited to see them. It was like go time. That's why, in my perception, that's in my understanding. I'll say my understanding. That's
Right,
what
right.
3 AI Atlas came. It was on its way, and it brought us light codes and peace codes. The day that hit Mars is when they did the peace in the Middle East. That's when they signed that, which again to me was further validation that what they were doing here, the three I call it AI Atlas, 3I Atlas. It's
Yeah.
still here. The comet. It's actually a ship with 3 different races on it, bringing
Yeah.
us what our Christ consciousness and basically putting out light codes for where people are ready to wake up, or I don't want to say wake up, but know the truth basically. And the
Right.
truth is that who we are, we're divine beings. We create our reality. We're here to be loving. We're supposed to learn. We're here to learn emotion and limitation, which I hate. I hate limitation. Like I hate.
Mhm.
I have no patience. But planet
Yeah.
Earth definitely is one of those places where you learn. You feel like you have to learn limitations and emotions.
Yeah.
But I feel like we raise our consciousness like we are supposed to, and we're gonna find. And whether you said you watch NDEs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, yeah.
you know exactly what I'm talking
I
about.
met people personally. Yeah.
Don't you love it? I know. I don't. I wish
Yeah.
I could. I don't. I want to remember mine. I was told about it and what it happened, but they said at the time, obviously, I would have been too traumatized for it with it, and I wouldn't
Mhm.
be able to complete the last 10 years, which was when I got clean. They said if I would have been so focused on that, but it kind of came to me like in 2021, and then I was like, I need to have readings. Like right now, I'm dying to have another reading. To check.
Mhm.
I haven't checked in with them since my parents got divorced.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay. Okay.
but I definitely feel like we're at that hump where we're like finally there. Here's chaos, and then we'll be right down to order, in my opinion.
Right.
I
Well,
just
I
I say
mean,
every day we're on the most benevolent time.
Well, it's written in scripture, and things are prophesied and foreseen and destined to happen, and everybody life has a purpose. It's for the higher power, the good Lord above, that our creator, and we're his creation in his image. And so everybody has a purpose.
Yes.
That's the point of life. And life is actually a gift God gave us for us to live eternal. And so when things went left or went south in the Garden of Eden, then that's why we're paying the price to this very day. So, but it's just, when it comes to spirituality, you have to do some soul searching, and, truth will reveal itself to you. And, as the words say, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. And so, truth will come and give you healing and freedom like we, need.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I believe too, like, they say it's not karma, but it's cause and effect. It's the laws of cause and effect. You have to have to be here, you need to have, you have to have great intentions, good intentions, pure intentions with your heart. So as long as you leave with your heart and you're always good intended, you should be okay, because things happen. Like I was making somebody's like, what do you mean by that? Okay, we'll put it this way. Somebody goes to war, they end up murdering hundreds of people. They don't go to prison for it. They might feel bad about it, but that was their job. Their intention wasn't to do that. Their intention wasn't from they were doing a job, and their heart was not, because a lot of people and then, you have people that murder people get job. That's what I mean by intentions. Like your intentions can be completely different on the same situation.
Exactly.
But if you have bad intentions, then you have a lot to work out.
Exactly.
I remember doing the work and I didn't know what it was. I had no idea what was happening. I just I was doing the work at the time. It was probably around 2017 after I met my husband. And I'm like, now I get what doing the work means, the inner work. But it's a journey, man.
It is. I feel you. I feel you, love. Yes, yes. But this is so great. It's been lovely. I'm going to jump off. I got some other things to kind of see about. We're going to keep in touch. Just, I hit you up. I'll inbox you.
The easiest is, I know I keep saying Instagram, but I guess I didn't. You probably messaged me right on Instagram.
Okay, so which way you want me to do?
Instagram's the easiest.
Okay.
It's the easiest, yeah. Because my phone's I have in my iPhone that's my phone number, but I kind of don't use it a lot because I use it for just because Instagram has to have my phone number or they lock me out if I get locked out. So I'm hanging on for your life to my iPhone, but I use another phone for everything else. So
gotcha. Wonder where's Erin at tonight? I thought I saw her in the chat. Is she doing all right? I heard she was sick or something.
Was she?
I don't know. I think I overheard that. Maybe I misunderstood it. But just thought about her, wondering how she's doing. So maybe I see her around, on the other live and stuff, and I'll hit her up, speak to her and everything.
She's usually here.
I did see her earlier. She was in. She spoke.
Tomorrow's Thursday. Are you going live tomorrow or Friday or?
Tomorrow. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll hit you up so we can talk about,
Yeah, I'll inbox you, give you a time and all that, so we can kind of.
Yeah.
Because I need to ask you. I need to talk to you, but I ask you about some things. We need to talk, chit chat. Yeah. So I'm gonna hit you up.
Yeah.
All right, love. Good to see you. Enjoy. All right.
I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Salute y'all, everybody. Have a good one. Thanks.
Everybody, please follow School for Justice. And I'm pretty sure Mimir put her in.
You know who made